Hi. Oh, hi, everyone. Here we are for our spotlight of the day. And today we have Ashley Schmitt. And so, Ashley, why don't you take just a moment and kind of introduce yourself and tell people who you are and how you got started?
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley. I'm with Publish with Ashley, and I have a YouTube channel and a website where I teach people how to sell mostly KDP books online, but a little bit of Etsy too. So, how I got started with KDP was actually my husband and I are both in the military. Actually, he's retired. I'm still a colonel in the reserves. But at that point in time, we were moving about every 2 years. And I still was doing my reserve duty, but like any, I suppose, type A personality, I had to do more, or I just wanted a business of my own because I'm an entrepreneur. My family is, I just come from a whole family of entrepreneurs. Um, and so I wanted something of my own, but it had to be mobile. It had to move with me, and it couldn't just, I had to move every 2 years.
Yep.
So that's why I started with KDP because it was something, there's a few things that was really great about it. One, I never had to worry about like storing stuff. Like I
Oh,
know a lot of
yes.
people who do Amazon businesses, they have to store stuff, right? And then send stuff in. Well, that wasn't going to work for me because I couldn't even tell you where it was going to be, let alone like if I'd have a garage to put it in or anything like that. So that wasn't something I could do. So I got into KDP because Amazon does something awesome in the sense that you write the book or the low content or medium content or whatever it is, and you have digital files that you put onto Amazon. So it's digital space, right? And then they print the books or yeah, pretty much the books and send it off to people. So there's no customer service, which is amazing. There's no inventory. I don't have to store anything. And get it out there. And with my Etsy stores, they're also virtual, like in the sense that it's all digital products, printables, things like that. So yet again, it's just digital products that I'm putting out there, and I don't have to worry about very much. And the nice thing about Etsy too, as far as digital products, is you just don't have the customer service. There is customer service on Etsy versus KDP, but it's not as much because you're just saying, well, I didn't get my file. And you're like, oh, here's where it's located. Check there first. And if you can't find it, I'm happy to send you the digital file. Or if you have refunds, you're like, that's fine. You can have your money back, right? It's not a big deal
Yes,
because
it's
you're like,
so
it's
nice.
it's a digital file, whatever. If even if they opened it and they have it, it's still, you're not too worried about it. You're like, oh no, you have the digital file. Whatever, I'm out of $2.
Yeah.
That's fine, right? Or nothing. Technically, you're out of nothing, but you don't have the profit from that, which
Yes.
you're missing that.
Exactly.
But that's okay. So yeah, that's how I got started in KDP. I do it around my busy life. I have 4 kids. I have I have just my reserve job. I have my husband. I had just all the moves. Oh my gosh, moving every 2 years. It's like picking up all your stuff. Let's put it in boxes for fun and move it across the country. So we did that a lot. So KDP was something that I could do on my own time when I had time. 2 a.m. I can do it at 2 a.m. because that's when I have time, which I've done a lot. But you could do it at 2 in the morning, whatever. So that's why I really like the kind of that digital space of time because I can do it when and where I want, right? So
It's,
that's a little bit about me.
so I'm sure people are sitting there going, well, how big is her library? How long has she been doing it?
Mhm.
So, do you want to give us a little insight?
Okay, so my library is actually probably about 4,000 books, which sounds like a lot, but honestly, about 1,000 to 2,000 of them are calendars or planners, right? So they were yearly planners. So at least 1,000 of my books they're not like live anymore. And when you make a planner, it's pretty easy. You make one kind of interior, then you just change it up slightly and make slightly different covers. So I would normally publish about 200 planners every single year, which it sounds like a lot, but it honestly didn't take that much time because you can reuse the covers the next year and then you just change out the planner and you just have to upload them. But as I got more into KDP, more into what people purchase, I started creating a lot more medium content books that are a lot more specific. So I probably 20 see time, maybe sometimes 50, I guess, if I get really excited about something. Um, or something I find something easy to do that is kind of new or different. So that's about what I do now. Um, what was the other question? Was there something else in
Um,
there? Oh, how long?
yes.
How long have I been doing this? Since, let's see, I started out in 2013 with novels. And I wrote about a novel a month, which is
Wow.
exhausting. It's now, if you're into novels, it is a fantastic way to make money because once you get your email following and stuff like that, and you get your people, like you just find 100, 200 customers, you're golden because those sales you get from those really die-hard 100 customers really make the algorithm churn on Amazon. So you can really make a good money if you're willing to create a novel every month or two. But as I moved
And
and have 4 kids, no, I couldn't do it any longer.
and I just want to put insert here that that was prior to Chat GPT, where everyone thinks
Oh,
it's so simple. Go Chat GPT, you can turn them out. No, you can't. Now, Ashley and I've had these conversations multiple times because it makes us crazy when
you
people are saying that.
I know. And you can kind of tell it's a chat GT. It has like a flow and they always use magical in front of it. I don't know, magical something. I don't know. There's like these
Yeah.
words that chat GPT must put in front of things. And so you kind
Yep.
of, it feels like chat GPT. But this was no, I actually wrote these and I actually dictated, which was hilarious because I would dictate at the gym while I was walking around the track or on the treadmill. So people thought I was nuts because I was talking to myself. So I was entertaining, at least as a novelist. Yeah.
So, so why don't you share with us what you are bringing to the bundle? Because you know that I was excited about it
Mhm.
because I already have had it and used it, and it gave me a headache, but it made life so much easier.
Well, I'm not trying to give you a headache, but what I am trying to do, so I'm doing an advertising boot camp to learn Amazon, or sorry, an advertising boot camp for learn Amazon ads for books. You could use Amazon ads for more than books, but that's just kind of what it's particularly focused on. And what I tried to do was really create a beginner's course that explained kind of Amazon ads and the algorithm in a different way. And because I've always had the question of like, am I making money? Am I not making money? And I think that's a terrible way to go into advertising if you're like,
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm making money. So unfortunately, there's some math, just a little bit of math, but I
there
tried to
is,
make it super simple.
but you made it very simple. And talking from experience, when you don't understand something, you're frozen. And so then you
Mhm.
don't do it because either you don't do it, so nothing happens, or you do what you think is right and you have this huge bill. And that's what I loved about yours is that it really helped to manage that cost of advertising.
Mhm.
So I was super excited that you were bringing that to everyone because I think it benefits people so much.
Yeah, I like people to understand things. It's in my Air Force job, it's like that's what I tend to be, a translator. I'm an engineer, but yet I'm a people person, which is weird for engineers, right? So
Very.
I, my goal in life is to make technical stuff like and explain it to non-technical people. So that's kind of
Mhm.
what I did with Amazon ads. There's way more complex ways to do it with like super math and spreadsheets and painful things or spending a lot of money, and neither of those are really good for a beginner. So this is really meant for like the simple start, minimal amount of money and minimal amount of effort, to try and get you into Amazon ads and get them working for you rather than just being scared of them.
Yeah. So, are you comfortable with sharing? Because I do know this figure. How much when you ran it and you were keeping track that first year when you were creating this program? Are you comfortable in telling people
Yeah.
what you accomplished?
So a cost number is like that confusing number, but it's one of those numbers that tells you if you're making money. And I explain it in the course. I'm not going to explain it here, but a high, it's you want it's like golf. A cost, the lower it is, the better. So a typical it depends on your book, and you could learn in the course, but 20, I think it's like 24% to like I don't know, maybe like 28, 29% is making money. So if you're lower than that, you're making money. It just depends on the book. These particular books, for me, 32% was making money. And I was actually, my A cost was at 4%. Okay.
Wow.
Because I made it. So it's really low because the idea is to really find a particular audience, particular words, and be really, really specific so that
Mhm.
you're advertising to the right people. So what that tells me is I'm advertising to the right people and they're purchasing. Right? That's what that low number tells you. And so I'm not a big fan of spamming the world and saying, "Hey, everybody look at my book," because, if you're looking for a golf book and you're advertising to that golf enthusiast, but your book is about like kids, I don't know, kids coloring books, then why would you think that golf enthusiast is going to buy
Exactly.
your kids coloring book? It's not viable, right? Or I mean, it's possible, but it's not really all that likely. And so it's more about really focusing in on who you're advertising to, understanding your customer, and then finding the words, phrases, or products that they are looking at so that
Mhm.
your stuff appeals to them.
Yeah. It's an excellent workshop. I stand by it highly. But so I really appreciate you taking the time, Ashley, to kind of give us all an idea of what is in your package. And if anyone is going, oh, I don't know if I want the bundle or not, this right here makes it for the cost of entry because they will make more than $27 by doing their ads and following
Yes.
your procedures.
Yeah, you can easily make more than $24 and not put that much money in because I'm
Yeah,
really big on don't waste your money. Don't
yeah.
put thousands of dollars in for nothing, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I do like the way it's very targeted with Ashley's program. So with that, we thank you for joining us today, and you know, we will all see y'all in the bundle.
Yes.
All right,
Go hope to
bye.
see y'all there. Bye.
Again, bye bye.